Hi and welcome. This video will be discussing ratios and rates, how to write them, and how to simplify them. So a ratio can be written, and remember, ratios are a comparison of two values with the same units. And we can write them three ways: with a colon, with the word to, and as a fraction. So in our first example, we have the ratio of 12 to 8, and it can be written, if we use these three ways, we can write it 12 colon 8 or 12 to 8 or 12 over 8. And they all mean the same thing. And we can simplify that by simplifying our fraction 12 eighths and getting it into simplest form. That means canceling any like factors in the numerator or the denominator. So 12 eighths in simplest form. If we look at that number, I'm going to write it up here. I'm going to have 12 eighths equals 4 times 3 over 4 times 2. I'm looking for that common factor. I'm going to cancel that out. It can be written and is equivalent to 3 over 2. So as a ratio, I can write that 3 to 2, 3 colon 2, or 3 halves. And what this tells me is that 12 is 1.5, if I were to take that to a decimal, times as large as 8. So let's write in example 3, pause the video, and why don't you write 2 to 9 as a ratio in those three ways. So pause the video now and write them down, and then we'll come back and check. Let's see how you did. I should have 2 to 9, 2 to 9, or 2 over 9. Now this is already in its simplest form, so I don't need to do anything else here. Looking at number 4, the ratio of 10 to 2 can be written 10 to 2, and I'm just going to write it one way, or in simplest form 5 to 1 in simplest form, which would simply be 5. But a ratio, we want to include that 1 in the denominator. Please pause the video now and do number 5 on your own, and make sure you pay attention to how the ratio is written. You're going to write the numbers in the exact same order. Make sure that you simplify the fraction to its simplest form. All right, let's see how you did. Number 5 says the length of a shop is 18 feet and the width is 12 feet. Therefore, the ratio of length to width, which means I'm going to put my length in first, it's going to be 18 to 12. Simplifying that fraction, you should have 3 to 2. Now, the ratio of width to length means you write it in the reverse order. You put the width down to length, and in simplest form, that is going to be 2 over 3. Hope you did well with that. If you have any questions on ratios, please bring them to class with you next time, and then we'll give a couple more examples and try simplifying a few more things. Next, we're going to talk about rates, and they operate really the same way, except they have different units. So here, let's look at example 6. One drainage pipe specification requires a slope of 1/4 inch for each foot of horizontal distance. So the rate of vertical distance to horizontal distance is, so we're going to find the rate vertical distance to horizontal distance. So I'm going to write my fraction as a decimal. 1/4 is 0.25 to 1 foot. And you could leave it that way for now. There are ways to simplify that and to get that into a better unit rate, but we're going to leave it alone at that, 0.25 to 1. 0.25, and we have to include our units, and I forgot my inches here, so it should be 1.125 inches to 1 foot. Why don't you pause the video and work on the company safety record on number 7. Start up when you're ready to check your answer. All right, let's see how you did. ABC Construction Company has logged 15 injuries in 200,000 hours work. What is the rate of injury to hours in simplest form? So I have injuries, so I've got 15 injuries to 200,000 hours. Seems like they're being pretty safe to me. When we simplify that, we will have, 5 is a common factor, 3 injuries per, or 2, 40,000 hours. So 3 to 40,000 is what you should have. Once again, if you have questions on how to do either rates or ratios, please bring them to class with you next time, and we'll do a few more examples and hopefully clear up any questions you have. Next, you'll be moving on to the next video, which talks about proportions.